Do you like perfumes?
Love.
How do you feel about this?
I hate it here.
Because you didn't know about Bunny's phone sex career? Could you believe this story about Hard Turd?
That's crazy.
Do you know about this story?
I have not heard this story.
Bunny used to work at a phone sex line.
I mean, that's absolutely not surprising.
There was a guy that would call to talk to her. Her name was Pepper.
Pepper.
Bunny was Pepper.
Oh
and the guy would
my
call, and the guy was really into scat. Bunny goes, I got a big surprise for you.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah.
And you keep on the phone longer.
Yes,
they pay more money. So
course.
Bunny's going, but that hasn't dropped. It hasn't dropped yet. It's gonna whatever. And then she goes, I'm standing over you in hot, wet diarrhea. And he stops and goes, no, Hard Turd only.
One guy, his girlfriend found out he was doing porn when he swore he wouldn't do it anymore.
Okay.
And then she called him, and we're in the middle of the scene. Everybody's naked. And she threatened to abort their baby if he went through with the scene.
Stop it.
And I was like...
Did he go through with the scene?
Well, I was like... And he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, you don't have to do the scene. Like, we can cancel. That's fine. And he's like, will I still get paid? And I'm like, well, no, because you're not going to do it. And then he's like, oh, fuck it. I'll do it.
Damn.
I never found out whether
hard choices.
what happened to the baby.
You can get pregnant again.
Yeah, it's not good. Also, you can't
Is she
weaponize
9
your
months
pregnancy.
in?
You can't weaponize your pregnancy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't weaponize your pregnancy.
I don't know. At that point, I feel like if the termination happened, it was probably for the best.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
If you're calling your baby daddy on a porn set to threaten killing the baby.
It's an embryo hostage situation. It's like, fuck him and I'll shoot. Yeah.
By the way, Sarah, when you said we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, did you mean Dave and Buster's?
Yeah, they're the same thing in my head.
Yeah, we went to Dave and Buster's and it was so fun.
I'm sure it was. Actually, me, you, the three of us, and Brittany, that was my first meal out in over a year at a restaurant at Rocco's.
Yeah.
Yeah. First meal at a restaurant in over a year. It was thrilling.
What?
Rocco's food is good.
That pizza I wanted to shove that pizza up my ass.
I know.
I did.
I almost ate it when I shit out of the toilet the next day. Actually,
we're gonna take
not
Dip it in
almost.
ranch?
We're taking a break.
I did.
Can we take a break?
Yeah.
I had a question for Kate. Kate, how many helicopters do you own?
Full size or mini?
What's the difference?
Mini's like size of jar of mayonnaise. Real size or standard Black Hawk Down,
Okay, and how you don't really have much experience in politics, yet you're running.
That's what you'd think, but I'd say Fox News, Hannity, all that stuff. I've clocked in a lot of hours. It's almost like a law degree, kind of like a public service. I don't know. I tell a lot of people what I think, and
what would be some of your policy? What's your platform?
Well, I've said over and over again, we don't need health care. We don't need welfare. We can put that back into this train I'm working on. This train that goes all the way around, up and down. It's going to be real good, but, we can't keep paying people's bills and keeping their lights on. They could just work at the train station. I don't know what's wrong with people these days, but, you gotta put your back into it.
You're born into money. You have a lot of money. And
I wouldn't go that far,
Would you say that you're self-made?
Well, I guess you'd have to give my doctor some of the credit, but for the most part, my bank account speaks for itself. I worked hard for that. I ran a lot of laps, jumped a couple of times, and
oh yes, recently there was a track and field athlete who was suspended for smoking weed.
What do you think about that?
What do you think about that? Do you think they should let her be at the Olympics?
In my day, we were smoking dope. We were rolling doobies, and nobody really knew about it. They didn't have CSI back then. So I feel bad for her. These kids are taking nudes and stuff on their phone. I just,
Have you ever sent out a nude?
Well, it was more of a sketch. And I think it was unsolicited, but, it never resurfaced.
I remember
I remember being young and like wanting to be like an actor and stuff. And me and my brother would watch a lot of movies. And it seemed like to get an Oscar or to get recognized, you had to be like Gilbert Grape, like I Am Sam.
You had to play someone with like a developmental disability.
Yeah.
And I used to actually practice that.
Well, I don't think that's on you. I think that is.
Do you have a monologue prepared that you could we could do something?
Yeah. This is for to get an Oscar.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh. Yeah, panning.
Mama? That's it.
That's it.
Well, the mom's dead.
Yeah.
It's an Oscar movie.
Yeah, and that's it. This is the end of the
She's
scene.
on fire and There's a car on fire.
I lit my mom on fire, and then I'm like, Mama? And then it's like close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Oscar goes to
a film by Tom Ford.
The Oscar goes to the woman in the car.
burning to death. Who was a real woman, by the way, that we really burned.
Yeah. I love the Streamies, but I called her and said, she called me and said, do you want to do this Streamies thing? Because if you do, I have to start emotionally preparing myself for that. I wanted to win because I want to win, but I also wanted to win for you guys. I was like, everybody here deserves to win.
That's sweet. It is all we have.
It is all I mean,
Was that a cry for help, Ronald? Was that a cry for help?
No, it's
It
just
was.
funny.
On New Year's Eve, I tore my face off.
Okay.
I convinced the world for, I don't know, maybe 6 months I'd had like extensive plastic surgery.
I was one of the people who believed it.
I
was
100% believed it.
I rang my friend David, who did Pan's Labyrinth and Hellboy and Crimson Peak.
Jesus.
And I said, I need a face. Life cast sculpting probably took about 2 months.
Okay.
Convincing people and my friends that I was going to get surgery.
Yeah.
Building this, we built a hospital in my apartment.
What?
And like, so we really covered, yeah. I traveled so I could just take videos of me on the plane flying to the destination.
You had me at I built a fake hospital in my house.
I had to buy all the hospital equipment by registering as a medical professional.
Alexis Stone, MD, PhD, DID.
I cannot handle. You know what I'm going to say about you? You're thorough.
I looked up a picture, and I'm going to show you, of me when I must have been around 27, and I look like I'm.
Oh my God! Can you all show this?
Can you see?
It's the hair, though, girl.
It's a lot of things.
Oh my God! It's the
hair,
Christmas
the garage
ornament.
door. Yeah, it's the garage doors. It's the
garage doors.
It's the
wait,
thin
how
villainous
old were you
lips.
here?
Well, I look about 45, but I'm 27.
You're 27, and
Yeah.
isn't that amazing? Because you do look younger in hair
drag
and makeup now than
Yeah.
you do there.
It's chilling.
I don't know how I would do it.
Let me ask you this. So I'm always so fascinated with straight people in this concept of like cheating and betrayal as the ultimate like sin. Would you feel like betrayed? Because it's always
If
like,
he f***ed Blake Lively,
or any woman.
yes, it would be. I would be like, okay, now I get custody.
Oh, divorce. Like straight to
Probably.
divorce.
Well, no, I don't. No, I guess I would be like, okay, now I get one.
Yeah. Quid pro quo.
Well, how does it work in a like if you were in a relationship with a kid?
I don't kids.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I gotta go reap what I sowed.
Hilari.
Oh, if you say RNR in an American accent, okay, do it now. Like as a
RNR.
Did you hear it? Say it again.
RNR.
RNR.
That was like rise up lights. Rise up lights. Like razor blades, rise up lights. I think that is so cool.
So all my social media is just Trixie. And when I go to people's Instagrams that are normal people who aren't performers, I'm like, a picture of a dog. Oh, a sunset. Ugh.
Ooh,
But then
great
I'm like-
emotions. Ugh.
But then I'm like, well, what would I post if I wasn't cross-dressing? Probably in my breakfast and a dog. Like, I don't know. I don't even have a dog. And I'd be like, here's my dog. I think I'd fabricate my life.
You get into the trends though. I've seen you doing like the like the Instagrams are like you're like changing shirts. I'm like, look at her.
The things I will listen. The things I will do to sell something. Don't ever underestimate me.
It's about damn time.
The other day I did do fully like a outfit jump.
Yes,
Like
because I was showing the motel merch. And by the way, can I tell you, I have never felt more fucking elderly when filming
Than
that.
jumping?
Like snapping and changing outfits is what TikTok circa 2013. Here I am being like, snap, new outfit, and like there's no joke to it.
No.
I think people watched it waiting for the other shoe to drop, and I actually participated earnestly in changing outfits on TikTok, and I wanted to die. You know, people say that David and I are Miss Piggy and Kermit, but we are. But I'm Kermit. He's Miss Piggy. Are you kidding me?
That is really true.
He's at home right now on the couch hungover watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City while I'm here at work. Does that sound like...
While you're putting bread on the table.
Yeah, I'm going to get home and he's going to be like, Kermit, you know, like... And I'm going to be like, are you hungry? You know, like that's true.
He walks into the room like this with his wig bouncing
I'm like, I know
around.
I'm playing a fucking banjo. Like, he's the one entering the room like, here I am.
Oh my God.
You know the lesbians, they always figure it out. Are you kidding me?
If you're in trouble,
are you
call the lesbian.
kidding me?
Girl, I was in Palm Springs Pride last week, in which I know you're like the mayor of Palm Springs in a way. I was there and I met the fire department and it was all gay guys. And I was like, yeah, the fire department's gay guys. And then I went, wait a minute. We want the lesbians.
Right. Who's going to really put out the
fires.
fire? And who's going to get that ladder out of the truck in under 4 seconds?
No kidding. Do I want a gay guy running into a room and going, it's smoky in here?
No.
Like, I
Worry
want
about his figure? No.
a lesbian
I want
would,
a lesbian who gets the job done.
Thank you. Like the zip line through the window,
Right.
save the baby, breastfeed even. Like we'll all make it out.
I got a hip replaced. Titanium rod, bitch.
You got a hip replacement?
Titanium rod, bitch.
How did I miss this entire chunk of the Katya lore? Is this from all the moving and...
No, smoking meth. Just kidding. Oh my God.
Go straight to your hip. Straight.
Just the right one.
No one tells
Just
you.
the right one.
No one tells you. It goes straight to your hip.
You gotta go to
Everyone's
AA
like,
and get
the
on-
teeth, the skin. No
Check
one's
how
talking
the
about
hips.
the hips.
Those old people breaking hips, girl.
They're
Check
on
the
meth.
pookie.
You think grandma's just old? She's on meth. Everyone you've ever seen limping, meth.
Simone Biles,
meth.
Why do you think she dropped out of the London Olympics? Meth. So it's funny because we talk about this all the time, Trixie and I. She's very newly rich. She grew up in a trailer.
Yeah, I saw the teeth. Yeah. I did.
Upper, just the upper. She's not here. I don't think she's got to go to a lower specialist. I think her doctor only does stuff. No, stop it. Can you believe her success? I don't want to harp on it.
No,
but
I can't.
It's insanity.
No, truly, I can't.
And she's a person who would not describe herself as a person with immense innate talent.
Neither would I, but yeah, I get it.
And I certainly wouldn't either. Wait, so what's my excuse?
It runs two ways too, because it's like if you think that losing weight is going to make you attractive, you better check with your face first. You better check with the rest of you first.
Let me
know
tell
what
you
I mean?
something. Some of y'all need that little plumpness that you get underneath here. Some of y'all need these calories and you need these pounds. Because we've seen a couple people lose the weight and be like,
damn, that's what was under. That's who was driving that truck.
I'm not too familiar, but I am aware that you are a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
sure. I heard that at one of your like live Bald and Beautiful tapings.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like booed or
Not
something.
one of them. Several.
Oh, several.
I felt like I witnessed the true limit of my influence because I can. I feel that I have a track record of people being sympathetic, or and like I can kind of whatever.
I mean, you're very like, you know, from just an outside perspective looking in, I feel like people relate to
My legs.
relate to
My legs.
Relate to
My
this.
my legs.
Relate
Yeah, yeah.
to There's something
dumpy.
very unthreatening and about, you know, a disfigured cripple such as yourself. And
Like an old boot, you know. There's something very warm about an old boot, you know.
right. It's worn. Dad's shoes, honey.
Yeah, they smell like, you know, that woodsy, sewery kind of musky, like yeah. No, I said I would say something effective like, you know, we would me and Trixie at our live show would mention Drag Race, and I would talk. I'd be like, I love her, and they'd be like, no, and I was like, love it. Isn't that fierce? Isn't that fierce?
Oh, it is kind of fierce.
It's
I will
so
say.
fierce because at least you know what? I'll tell you what. It's better than not being memorable.
What would you say your if you had to guess your number, what would you say your number is?
My phone number? My social security number. Oh, my Tempur-Pedic number. No, what are you talking about?
The amount of bodies that you've had. Like if you had to take a wild
Am I a Nikki
guess.
fan?
Like, how many bodies have you had?
The limit does not exist.
Really?
Girl, 3.14159. Like the pie.
Oh, come on, pie.
I don't know. I mean, I at least 100. Is that horrible? Is that horrible?
100?
Is that a lot?
Girl, I am easily close to 4 digits.
Oh, okay.
Over
Well,
my lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, especially, God, I mean, a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish there was like a 23andMe for that. Because I would like to know. I wish somebody had been keeping track.
Why don't you just cut me in half and just count the rings? I feel like we'll know like exactly how many I've had, you know? No, okay, maybe I'm being a little exaggerated. I'm probably close to 500, I would say. Like, honestly.
Pounds. Let's take another break.
Like, I've been doing this thing where I've been practicing this thing where I like read people's minds. So do you want me to try it on you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to totally read your mind. All right, but it takes like you have to go through a few little steps. So first of all, think of a number between 1 and 10.
Got it.
Okay. Now you're going to take that number and you're going to multiply it by 9. Can you do this?
Yes, Kelly.
Come on. You're
Yeah,
a business lady. I know you're good with
got
numbers. Okay, so now do you have a 2-digit number?
Yeah.
Totally already reading your mind. So take those 2 digits and add them together. And then subtract by 5.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're going to take that number and think of the letter of the alphabet that it connects with. So like A is 1, B is 2.
Okay.
And now you're going to think of a country that starts with that letter.
Are you fucking with me, Kelly?
No, I'm serious.
I can't think of countries. I could barely think of the math part. Oh my
Come
God.
on, you've been to every country in the world.
I got it.
Okay. And then you're going to think of the last letter of that country and think of an animal that starts with that letter.
Okay, got it.
And then you're going to think of the last letter of that animal and think of a color that starts with that letter.
Okay, got it.
Are you thinking about an orange kangaroo in Denmark?
Ow, why did it work?
Yeah, totally. I'm telling you, I can read minds.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you fucking can't. You guys,
Did you
Kelly
all
Mantle,
just witness this?
Kelly Mantle.
That's what you were thinking about, though, right?
Yes, but how?
No, I don't tell my secrets.
Do you smoke weed, Tammie?
I smoke all the time, highly functioning. Yes, I do.
I like it. I have a hard time. I think I'm high functioning. The next day, I'm like, I don't remember going to bed.
Really? Well, then maybe it's
She's
not
on
for
the
you.
101 naked, but carrying it like
Or maybe you should do the CBD if that calms you down or something like that.
do like the little one puff and then go about your day.
Or
if you stand there and smoke, you're gonna like truly.
What about a gummy?
Well, I don't like the hangover.
Oh, from a gummy?
From the edibles.
Really?
Let me tell you, darling. There I was the next day with a hangover. I only use it for holidays.
Really?
You know what gives me a little bit of a hangover too?
Crack.
No, I can just use. I'm usually not good on that.
Heroin.
Usually I'm good on that.
Yeah, meth.
Well, I'm not going to get hungover because I don't stop.
Tea.
Really?
Oh yeah, of
Through
course.
your veins. What
all
about
the time.
Adderall?
Yeah, P&P.
Adderall works, but then you gotta crush it up, shove it up my butt.
Ho-ho Cocoa Puff.
Oh yeah, I'll sprinkle it on cereal.
Yeah, chase
with
the
soy
dragon.
milk. I love to smoke a little bit of the weed and then go. This is my new thing: do a little puff of weed and go for a walk.
Nice.
So
So
you
you,
got it.
you,
are bad.
you know
She
what
is
you're doing.
bad. She is bad.
Yeah, it's all about environment, and then you really gotta block out bad thoughts.
Oh, you always have to be in control of that.
Either you start thinking about everything bad you've ever done, or you can kind of maneuver it mentally to go.
That's
you know
it.
what? This house could burn down, and living is just living, and we're gonna be
That's
okay.
the time you take a little mental note, save that thought for later, and masturbate.
Bam.
Let's take a break.
Stroke it up.